Hi everyone, hope you are doing well. Today we are going to do an exercise, an Excel sheet with a list of employees and how to manage their annual leave, the taken one, the balance, and sick leave. First of all, we need to format the date, which going to do for 2020 year. So I'm going to do the formatting of this cell to make it in 90-degree, and the date format I would like to use it in this way or this way to show 0 1. I mean when we have two digits. Say OK, and here we go, and auto fit by double click on the column size. Now to drag and get all the 365 days in 2020, so bring the mouse to the corner here. When you see the cross mark, click on it and move until you reach 31st of December, and this is automated option which makes life easier in Excel. So here we go, we reach to 31st of December. Now in order to set all this to be auto fit columns, we need to select the column itself, the complete column, and keep selecting all of them until you reach to the beginning. All right, July, June, April, March, February, and here in the beginning. So just double click on one of them, it will auto fit all the records. All right, now we will come to the annual leave here. This is the total deserved annual leave per year, I mean for each employee. The taken, I'm going to consider if I type here A, it is annual leave. If I type S, it is sick leave. All right, how we can understand, how we can write a formula to understand this input. So in taken, I'm going to say equal count if, and I'm going to select the range which is from F3 to NG3. Enter. Well, before that we need to write the criteria, which is capital A and comma, enter. So that means whenever I type in complete row, I selected from F3 to last one. If I type A here, it will count 1, another A, it will count 2, and so on. All right, the balance is equal the total annual deserved per year minus the taken, which returned 30 here in our case. So if I type A here, 29 balance and 1 taken. All right, so the sick leave, I'm going to do similar to taken leave formula, but using S letter. So it's equal count if tab. The range is, as we said, F3 to NG3. The criteria to be S, and enter. So if I type here S, 1, 2, and so on. If I type A, here we go. The same way, if I change the original deserved per year number, let's assume I make it 45. So this is change also the balance. All right, and I'm going to remove this one. Now I can apply the 3 formulas here by selecting all of them and going to the corner. When you see the cross mark, select and drop down till the end employee, and it should apply for every one. The same for sick leave. Yes. Alright, this is a random test. Okay. Now the next step is whenever I type A or S for sick leave, so let's assume that I need to retain this one in yellow color, yellow background in the cell, and this one to be taken as green. Alright, so the balance one, I'm going to make it a little bit formatting. Taken is in green. Alright, and sick leave will make it yellow. Alright, okay. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to select from this cell, which is reflecting John as a first employee, and moving down to the last employee and select until 31st of December. Well, last employee up to 19, yes. So keep going till you reach the 31st of December. Okay, here we go, till 19. So why I select this range? I selected this range to create a formatting or conditional formatting, as I discussed. So whenever I type A, it will retain a green background cell or S in yellow. Alright, so we'll go to conditional formatting, we'll go to manage rules, we'll create a new rule, and I will say format only cells that contain a cell value equal to, alright, and here what I'm going to say equal to A. If it is equal to A, do a formatting of the cell. Let's assume the color fill, we have to make it in fill, and it will be in a green color, this color. Say OK. Say OK. And we'll create another one, only cell that contains a cell value which is equal to S. Format it with fill to yellow. And say OK, OK, apply, and OK. So let's test it. So if I type A here, if I type S, A, A. Alright, if I type, okay, so here we go. Alright, now the next step is if I would like to move to Adam or Ali employee, so it's very difficult to find how to get in May or April dates. So I need to make this part and this part fixed. So whenever I move up and down in the Excel sheet or right or left between the months, still I have the employee details. How can I do this one? By my selection, in the current selection, you can see F2 cell is the corner between both sides. So I will click here on F2 and I will go to view. I will select freeze lines. So what happened now is I can move between employees. Still I can see the dates. I can select which date. At the same time, I can move between January to February and March, April, but still I can see the student details. So if I type, for example, on 4th of April for Michael as annual leave 2 days, it's reflecting there. If I type one sick leave, it's reflecting, so I can see what is happening here. All right, this is the basic design of annual leave of staff, which can be used by HR department or even by department managers. It's going to help, and even you can specify if there is any overlap easily. So if I select here annual leave, let's say, so I can see there is an overlap between Mahesh and Don with these dates. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy the video.